Well, here's a bizarre one. Let's start looking at something as famous as Colin McRae. Let's start with the Game Boy Color version of Colin McRae Rally. So Colin McRae Rally came out for the PlayStation in sort of 98, 99 sort of time. Codemasters classic. This came out in 2001. It was developed by a company called Spellbound, who were a German developer. And they were known for building Desperados. And that Starsky and Hutch game that came out for the PS2. Oof. Anyway, I found this absolutely fascinating because the concept of a racing game on a Game Boy Color is kind of interesting. And to be honest, you'll see what I mean once we actually start looking at it. I'm going to stick with the Mitsubishi Lancer. And I'm going to stick with New Zealand. Let's just jump in and have a look at a track. Because to me, the Game Boy Color shouldn't be capable of doing games like this. So, all of the hallmarks of Colin McRae Rally are here. You've got the bar up the side that tells you how far through the track you are. You've got your gears down the bottom left. You've got a timer. And you've got these really quite detailed car sprites being rendered by a Game Boy Color, which is quite impressive. And to be honest, like the handling, although I haven't just demonstrated it particularly well there, the handling gets as close to you playing a rally game on a Z80 processor as you can probably get. For a game, it's fairly late Game Boy Color, but I find myself kind of staggered what they were capable of doing on this piece of kit. The word's out. By today's standards, it's quite difficult to play because obviously it's a top-down isometric style racer. The controls are quite stiff. It takes a while to steer, but it looks like something like Stunt Race FX or there was a Championship Sprint or something like that, which is quite arcadey. This is much more simmy, or as close to simmy as you can get on a Game Boy. But yeah, it's so weird that they managed to, because I could see this in the Game Boy Advance. I could see them getting close to something that the very early PlayStation or SNES kind of era could get to. But the Game Boy Color pumping out games of this quality, bizarre. There are a couple of downsides. I don't think the grass texture is particularly great. And I don't think much as I think the sprites are great, no music, just kind of rumbly engine sound, which I guess is fair enough. That is the Colin McRae experience. They even digitised the voice for the turns. All right. Well, at some point, I don't want to just sit here and say this is a technical marvel, but how did they manage to do this? It's really quite something. I beat Colin McRae by 1 minute and 40 seconds. Right, let's carry on to a new track. Oh. So, let's change car. I think there are 4 different tracks. Let's do Thames. Oh, you can actually select... Right, okay. Let's just do track 4. But I assume that's going to be the most difficult. And Thames, I'm curious. Blimey. Yeah, alright. This is already elaborate. This might take 4 minutes. Oof. Oh, I'm mowing up all the... whatever those are. Cabbages? also possibly worth mentioning, as always with these sorts of games, is you were playing these on a 2 or 3 inch screen. You were not playing these on, you know, a 27 inch PC monitor or a 42 inch TV. So these graphics could look a lot more convincing on an actual Game Boy. I don't find the blue car quite as convincing. I think the Mitsubishi Lancer was a lot closer. There's a couple of other cars, there's quite a few cars actually, that were more convincing. But with these little, how big can that car be? Game Boy's what, 256 by 224? That car can only be 30 or 60 pixels wide. Not a lot of real estate to play with. To get something appropriating a Mitsubishi Lancer or hairpin. Yep, that's a lot of cones. Oh, where am I going? What's my red time there? Does that mean I was slower than Mr. McRae? Yay! Even with my horrendous driving, I was still 100 seconds faster. So if I go back in there again, if I just change... You got the Audi Quattro, you can see the detail on the back. Lancia Delta's pretty close. Is it not? Oh, can only be one of those two countries? Oh, it can only be New Zealand. Oh, is only certain stuff... Oh, wow! There's different stages for each country. Holy crap, how many countries are there? Wow. I'm about to guess that if I was to do that... Yeah, I can't do that, so I'd have to do New Zealand again. So that's even got repair in between different stages. Well, this is the hell of a thing. I'm not sure you would get much out of this by today's standards, but I think this is incredibly impressive. And for that, I am... to be honest, I'd be impressed if the PlayStation version holds up as well as this does. Because rally games have come a long way since the late 90s. But yeah, that's Colin McRae Rally for the Game Boy. I was not expecting this one bit. I was not expecting this to be this good. It's even got the little thing in the bottom right. That's attention to detail. This is an incredibly impressive thing.